for everybody to see, welcoming the president. How come our churches have not bothered to call Carolyn or call Miss Minor, get in touch with us about this program? It's all over the news and everybody knows about it.
I didn't know about it until I talked to Carolyn.
So you didn't watch the news?
I don't watch the news.
Okay, but then I guess you did talk to Carolyn.
I talked to Carolyn, and Carolyn was telling me about it. I got it now. I got it now.
I would suggest that all these preachers like y'all talking about, they need to get the news then. I guess you're going to help them get the news.
Wow. Yeah, I am. I'm going to invite, you know, I need you.
No, you know I can't do it. What do you mean?
I need you, if we can get it set up, to come and do a week-long class at our church. And I'm talking about with pay. I ain't talking about no free stuff.
Well, Carolyn, Brother Carpenter, and Mr. Porter still, he young.
I know that's just for the learning part. That's just for the reading part.
Okay.
And I like the idea you talking about having a business ministry. I'm gonna mention that to my brother when I get opportunity to, because I'm always excited. I'm so excited about that idea, and people like you and others invite them in. The people got to be taught. We're in the process of Cliff starting our own school.
Well, good.
And so,
you know that they with the young man here, they're setting up an education foundation. And so what you might want to do is with Carolyn and Chris and y'all work and see if we can incorporate what we're doing.
Well, right now I'm not supposed to be talking about it, but
neither are we.
Talking about this school that we're trying to get started.
The church, you mean?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot different from other schools, and it's in the process of being set up. In 2012, it'll be there.
Our school's like no other school.
It's a charter. It's a charter school. Like everybody else doing. Everybody doing these charter schools. Because as we know, the Memphis City schools soon not going to even exist as we know it.
I told y'all that 20 years ago.
Yeah, you told us that. And my brother had been preaching that for the last 5 years, and he was saying that he said that's over with.
Yeah, but I know one thing. I don't know what's getting ready to happen, but there are going to be a lot of kids who are going to feed into these charter schools. There's going to be a whole lot of kids
not getting the education.
Not feed into the charter schools because the charter schools are not going to take them.
And they can weed out who they want and who they don't want, and that's the dangerous thing.
They did that already when they integrated the schools. They took the best students.
Of course.
And they put them over here on this side of town.
Right.
They took the best teachers.
And put them over there too.
On this side of town. And they say, you know,
you had the worst teachers.
They call it the underclass.
Yes. Put us into class.
Yeah, because when I attended Melrose and I graduated Melrose, those classes that we're talking about in Tuskegee, we had those classes at Melrose, at high school. Because they knew many of us were not college graduates or even thought about college.
You took me in industrial classes.
Right, they still prepped us to go into a type of trade, to learn that trade and perhaps go into that field.
Get your trade and prepare for college at the same time.
And now I'm looking at Melrose from then, and I'm just talking about this is just as recently as 1983 when I graduated. Those classes do not exist anymore in our high school.
I graduated from Melrose in '73. Okay. So I know exactly what you're talking about, alumni. So, yeah, it's nothing. I walked over there to Melrose.
Did you know that Carolyn had classes, we had classes at Melrose and College? And do you know that the city administration and the Board of Education knocked those classes out that she had designed, and we had, it was the graphics RS or something, about the billboards and teaching the kids. No, I understand, but I was over across the street from Melrose, and what I was doing, incorporated in what I do with Super Learning, was actually what you had put together with the graphics RS. And that was the same program that was at Carver when I was at downtown.
Yes, we did have a program.
I'm telling you that, yes. And I don't understand why you would always tell me about what we're not doing with education. With everything else, she might be the expert. With this, oh, I know what I'm talking about with this.
But by design, Cliff, the reason why they knock these classes out. They don't want our children to get it.
Okay, so
And that's by design.
whatever they don't want,
They
shouldn't be worried
and
about
they
that.
is society that doesn't give a hoot about these what they call underclass poor children.
But
These
is
little
that-
poverty-stricken
is-
kids.
Is they the Memphis City, members of the Memphis City School
Thank you,
Board?
council.
Huh?
That's part of it. It's part of it in society too. Because it's designed to make failures of these kids and put them in the prison system. It's designed for that. They busy, they got plans from that they have done years ago to make sure they have a multi-complex for prisoners because they go through the school and see how many children is there and already before these children graduate they know where they're going.
Well, you know, to add to that problem, compounded problem is that like we have in the day club, there are so many people will say, I've made it, and I always ask, where have you arrived and where you made it to? And if you don't care to give anything back or try to give back to the community,
that's the problem.
which we don't have a community anymore.
That's right.
And you look up the word community, it simply means caring and sharing. And we don't care and share anymore.
None whatsoever.
And from what I know of, from our ancestral, we always have been very spiritual and caring people. What happened to that, and what are we going to do to get that back?
That's what Doris was just saying. She, I guess, is going to actually start working to get some of these preachers involved. Is that what you're saying, Doris?
Yeah, I can.
All right, good.
Even in our community, you know, we got the
Did you hear?
Not yet.
so many people have
Baked beans and slow food.
have died in our community till I'm just
Not me.
look like the work.
Well, if you don't get busy, somebody else getting let down.
Well, see, the more work you do, look like the more work you have to do, and there's so few of us doing it. And that's the problem. It's just a few, a tiny few. And it makes it extremely hard.
Let me say this. The idea that we are generating is one where we are talking about pulling ourselves up by our own bootstraps.
Right.
We are not going to be able to get the black church to come to us.
No, we gotta go to them.
Now, if you don't go to these preachers and these officers in churches and sell them on the idea that what you're trying to do to help black boys pull themselves up, all the time we spend here today is just wasted time.
Yes, it is.
Don't wait on them to call you, come on over here and talk to us.
No.
We got to be out there just as busy talking to them as any other business is in producing their product and getting it on the market.
Right.
So
And
don't
this
wait
is
on
a
them to call.
product. And this is a product that we got to sell. And it's serious. This is so serious. And like I said, when I called him this evening and put his foot to the fire, it's nice that because he was talking about who got some jobs.
John DeBerry,
DeBerry,
State Representative John DeBerry.
oh yeah, oh, he's a minister.
Yeah. Been a minister since he was 15.
I never,
He's been a minister since he was 15 years old.
I never met him.
And he's sincere about his. And he try to work with everybody. Anything come up, you know, he's always he'll work with anybody, especially a good idea. And so I'll sell him on it and see if we can start that. That is just so good, a business ministry. Where my office is, it's a church called First Congregational United Church of Christ. It is not a black church. It's an integrated church. It has all type of diversities, all walks of life, everything.
It's over there on Cooper, on South Cooper.
And
You know, it used to be, now, I don't know what it
Grady
was.
Money.
Great Bill Atkins had it.
Oh, that's
Grady
what
Money.
I know exactly.
well, this church believe in a church should be there for the community. And every activist group you can name is stuck in that building. If they find them a pothole to put them in, they put us in that building. and they called us their ministry. I work on environmental justice, so they was happy to say, would you represent our ministry in environmental justice? And I was overjoyed, and all the other stuff that, you know, we work with. So they gave us a nice size office.